Okay, that's lovely. So if you'd like to lie down in your fish pose, I'll just remind you of how that looks. So have your block handy. I quite like having the block under my head and you're sitting in front of it. There might be a gap between you and your lower back. See what feels comfortable and then just lie. And then, oh, it's nice. And then arms out. And like anywhere you can put your arms, just find the place that feels comfy. And this obviously starts the class by opening your chest and allows the shoulders to open. Yeah, that's lovely. So if your chin is really high up in the air, so I think, Lucy, if you could just get your block, please place it under the head as well, because we need to have a tucked in chin. Otherwise you're causing the vertebra to squeeze if your chin's high in the air. So that's why we put a block underneath the head to tuck the chin in naturally. That's lovely. And then just wiggle out, turn the toes out. So your body's really in Shavasana. It's just that the chest is elevated to open across the collarbones. And it's a lovely chest opening, shoulder opening, relaxation position, restorative yoga position. So completely start to relax fully. Let go of tension, especially in the hips, all the way down to the heels and toes. Close the eyes, eye pillows on or scarf over the eyes to keep the light out. Very good, very important part of your Shavasana. And we'll start the 5 minutes. I'll actually stop talking, which will be refreshing. So just lie in silence. Lovely, everyone. Just stretch your arms up over the head. Let them hang in the air. Lift the hips, dig the heels into the floor. Squeeze everything, tense everything, and then lower the back. Interlock the fingers, push the palms away and start to circle around gently. You will sway side to side, so engage your core, pull in your abs as you circle round. Good, change direction. Good. Arms back behind you, push through. You might want to take your blindfolds off. Straighten out your right leg, left foot flat on the floor. Need to move back because I'm trapped under my bed. Okay, so interlock the fingers, push the palms away, left foot flat, and then just inhale, right leg up and down. Because you're elevated, the leg won't be able to come up as high as normal, but just waft it up and down. And then we'll just bring the hands by our sides and waft the right leg up and down, just the right leg. Block is under the head now so that we can tuck the chin in. Good. And then change sides. So left leg long, lift it up and lower it. Right foot flat on the floor. Lovely bend of the knee, don't overstretch. Good, then both knees in and then place them down. So actually before we start, I want to introduce some core work. So what you're going to do, imaginary zips that zip up either side of the belly. And so you draw the zips up. As you do, you pull in your abs, but you lift. Okay, once the zips are up high, you then pull the navel to the back, to the spine at the back. Okay, so this causes a core lock, which is going to help us get very much stronger abs. So I want you to do that now. So imagine those zips, just draw them up. So you're lifting through the rib cage. And then once the zips are done up, you then pull through, push the belly, the navel, as if you're pushing it to the spine. Okay, and once you're in that locked position, you can have the elbows by the side of you, so you can lift the knees in towards the chest and exhale down. And the tricky bit when you're holding this lock is that you have to breathe as well. So just find a way to just gently breathe. I won't give you instruction of which way round, just lifting up and lowering whilst you have that lock. Just getting used to pulling in your abs whilst in a movement. I'm going to try and do that a little bit more. So it's the same idea of wall Pilates, but we're going to do it in the room. And it's getting used to this abdomen lock that we have to achieve. Looking good. Excellent, that will do nicely, well done. Shake out the hips, just extend your right leg now, and again just use that lock as you circle the right leg, left foot flat on the floor. Your chin sticks in nicely because you've got the block under the head, so you can have a look at your ankle as it spins. Good, and then change direction. Excellent, good. Right foot down, left leg long, circling. Just check out your ankle as you spin. Good, change direction. Make sure you've got that lock. If you haven't, zip in, zip up, sorry, and pull in. Excellent, good. Soles of feet together now. And just bring the knees together. So release the lock, inhale, open the knees. Exhale, close. So just breathing normally. Inhale, open. Beautiful deep breath. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And inhale, open. Lovely. Exhale, close. Straighten the left leg away. Just hug the right knee. Gas relieving. Just feels slightly less strong because you're risen up slightly. So we'll lift the head towards the chin, forehead towards the knee. Lovely bit of support in the upper back. Brilliant, good. Change sides, left knee in and squeeze. Forehead towards knee. Good, release. Then just legs slightly apart, rotate the wrists, the head back on the block, but rotate the wrists, rotate the ankles. Perfect, good, change direction. Excellent. And then we go into full bridge. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my vocabulary today, not making sense. We're going to go into full fish. So you want to sit on the ends. Make sure your chest and your shoulder blades are on the bolster, but the head has the ability to hang back. Okay, and then the elbows come in, if you can see my elbows. If you can see my elbows, because we're in fish pose, elbows, lovely. And then lengthen the legs away and just let the body, the chin roll back. So you are just in full fish, but you're using the bolster to elevate. It's a really lovely fish pose. And you can draw the elbows slightly more away once you're in position. And relax. At any point, if it's too much on your neck, just scoot down the bolster a bit so you get the neck on your bolster. But if you can, stay in fish. Good. Chin tucked in. Bring the feet flat on the floor. And then elbows push. Elbows a bit wider and lift and lower yourself. I'm just trying to think of the best place for the arms. Maybe palms facing up. Just lift and lower. Let the head hang back and lift and lower the pelvis. You won't come up very high, but just lift the hips. Let the head hang. I don't really mind what your arms are doing. Just make it as comfortable as you can to get the hips up as high as you can. Good. Chin tucked in, gently come off, slide to the front. So you're off the front of the bolster and just hang over the legs. We haven't warmed up, so it's just a simple, slight forward bend. Be gentle on the back. Maybe soften the knees. I'm going to soften my knees quite a lot and just let the head hang. Good, release the feet and gently bring your body back. Bottom is on the floor, arms back, and breathe here. Good. Stop sign with the hands, engage your core, gently lift the body up and reach for your toes. Okay, if you can't reach the toes, just reach for the ankles. Relax your head. Good, roll back. Arms back, they're just hanging in the air, but they're back. And then this is where we can zip up and pull in, and then bring your body up. Push through. Lovely, Anita. Good. And reach for your toes again, or the ankles. Good. Roll the body up. Place the feet flat on the floor, and then just lift into tabletop, but only briefly, and then drop the buttocks back down wherever they naturally fall. And again, the arms can be anywhere but comfortable arms, okay? And then lift and lower the bottom and lift. And the knees naturally want to drop forwards over the ankles. Yeah, lovely. And then drop down and lift. Knees go forwards over the ankles. Excellent. And down. One more time, and up. And down. Okay. Counter stretch to all of that is a child pose. Let's use our bolster. So bolster just between the knees and then sink down. Look to one side and breathe gently and let the spine relax. The whole spine is relaxing. Good. Turn the head the other way. Good, lovely. So we sit up and then we're going to sit the bolster facing the front, facing me. And knees up. Good. Now separate the knees for me, and I just want you to just drop from side to side. So just moving into the chest. I'm sorry, moving into each elbow. Lovely. Good. Toes turning out a bit. Good. Next time you go over a bit to the left, right arm up and over, arm slightly back behind you. Okay. If you just walk your heels in a tiny bit, Helen, so they're not so far away, back towards your bolster. The width is fine. Okay, change sides. Try not to lean back. Make sure you're really quite forward. Good. Go wider with the knees. And it's quite restricted, so you can't come down too far. I just want you to bring the hands to the floor. Let the chin tuck in. And maybe try to tiptoe the fingers away a little bit more forwards and feel it in the hip flexors. Good. Roll the body up. Dogs can come off. And check you can get the feet on your floor on the mat and then sit down again. Okay, so we just want to have nice grip of the floor. Okay, before we do anything else, let's shoulder roll. I want you to keep those knees apart, ankles apart. So be very strict with how your legs are looking. Don't let them turn inwards. And have the knees directly above your ankles. Excuse for the crunching. Clearly got crunchy shoulders this morning. Good. Okay, change direction. Hands are on the knees as you circle. Good. Lean forwards for me, so you're pushing into the floor with your toes and your heels equally, then open. Lean back slightly, but don't fall off. Exhale, close. Tuck the chin in. Inhale, open. Lovely. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. So it's like you're diving down now. So you exhale, close, hands between the legs and just bring the little fingers to the floor. And now squeeze the upper arms. Okay, so you're just holding them in place with your knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let me see the knees going closer together. Lovely. Then inhale up, sweep forwards and up. So it's that same mechanism as if we're doing coming up from a forward bend. So exhale forwards, upper arms by your ears, but just get your knees involved, squeeze them in towards the upper arms. Check your feet are parallel, that the feet haven't turned out. And then hinge. This is where it's the same as a sun salutation. You hinge forwards, upper arms by your ears, hinge up, push into your bottom and lift. Okay, yeah, lovely, Anita, good. And then let's do another one. Exhale forwards. Squeeze gently. Upper arms in line with your ears, lift the body. Okay, good. And then exhale the arms. Inhale. Deep breaths. Exhale the arms. And inhale. Perfect. And exhale the arms. Good. So we're going to come into a forward bend. So I want you to hold your bolster, shift the weight into the toes, but keep the hands on the bolster. Maybe move the bolster so it's touching the backs of the legs at the ankles, and push into your bolster as you come into a forward bend. You might have to come up onto your fingertips to do this. If you're flexible, the palms will be down. Or hold just with your thumbs and the hands to the front. There's loads of options, but shift the weight not just into your heels, into the toes as well. And let the head hang. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. And breathe deeply. And I want you to pull up, which with lots of things to do, but I want you to pull up your zips and draw your navel to the spine. Oh, lovely draw, zip up and pull in. Keep the weight equally but in the toes and the heels. Good. Release your bolster, roll up, push into the feet, roll up from base of spine. Lovely. So, lovely wide stride now. And turn. If you're facing me the left foot, turn it out. Perfect. Bend into the knee, your left knee. Yes, very nice. Lovely warrior two. And I just want you to hand on the knee, travel over into a wide angled side triangle, and then make it into a dancing warrior. Okay, lovely. And then change. Just nice and gently. Very nice. Changing sides. Exactly the same. A lovely flow. Adjust my outfit. Okay, bend, hand on the knee. And you can bend the elbow to reach up and over with that left arm. Depending on which side you're doing. You might be doing the other side. And then down the back leg. And then over. Just exactly as we were doing, but we're doing it to the other side. Lovely flow and brilliant posture. Knee over ankle, I can see some knees nudging in that way. You're going to open the knee and then down. Very nice. Good. Turn the toes out. Drop into priestess pose, but with cactus arms. So hold here. And we're simply holding and getting that lovely, keep your arms there for me, but imagine zip up, pull in. I moved my pelvis then, wasn't supposed to do that. Stay neutral and zip up and in and breathe. Lengthen the toes. Perfect. Strengthen the arms away. Turn the feet slightly forward if they're really turned out. And then exhale down. Soft knees as if you're picking up leaves or flowers from the floor. Lift them up. Straighten the legs. Scatter them around. Okay, good. Again, pull in your abs to drop down. So that's same, when I say pull in abs, I mean zip up and pull back. It's a lot to say. Okay, arms out. Bend the knees, bottom back, lift up your flowers, scatter them around, zip in, pull back, and down, and up, and out. Excellent, good. Left foot turns out again. Go really wide for this. And just stay there a minute. I just want to do a visual. So imagine that there's a triangle, but the front of the base of the triangle is here, across from big toes all the way to little toes. Hopefully you can see my feet. And then the base of the triangle is right at the base of the heels. So you've got triangles going on, quite long triangles. And it's about keeping pressure in all areas of that triangle with the long line at the front. Okay, so pushing into the heels and into the toes, but equally. Okay, I'm just going to try and remember what we were doing next. Remember. Okay, so you're just going to push the bottom back. So it's the same as before. We're reaching down for our flowers, lifting them in the air, scattering them about. Okay, we've opened one hip, so we have to be really careful as we bow down. Lift the flowers up and scatter them around. So please stay in a warrior two, where your hips are to wherever you're looking, that's where your hips should be, and the direction the hips should be, and then lift. Be aware of your triangles, and last one. Can you tell I've been reading? reading some new stuff. Okay, and then release, turning to do the other side. So before we do, we stay for a moment in Warrior Two so we can think about our triangles. Keep that navel completely to the front, keep the knee turning out, and just be very careful as you come down. So exhale, bottom back, sweep down, keep the knee out, inhale up. Okay, check that knee, keep it bent. Exhale. Dropping down. It's all happening in Warrior Two. Quite a challenging one. Keep the knee, left knee over, sorry, right knee over ankle if your right knee's bent. Up. And one more, exhale. And inhale. Good, and release. Nice. Perfect, everyone. Feet together. Interlock the fingers, push your palms away. And we haven't done this for a while. Let's actually go a little bit wider with the feet. So you're just going to hinge to your left, lift out and in of the right foot. Okay, and you start to slow it down once you get nice and stable in your left leg. Yeah. Good. Keep a slight bend. Keep the breath flowing. Oh, yes, very good. Okay, other side, I think we'll do hands on the waist because they've been up there for long enough. And then hands on waist, zip up, pull in, and then you start a bit quickly. Okay, and now slow it down. Yes, good. Lovely still upper bodies, that's perfect. Hope everyone has remembered to breathe. Good. And then we just walk it out. And not fall over. Oh, very good idea. So let's have a little bit of water. Lovely. And we'll just stay here in our mountain pose. Imagine those triangles, lines along from the big toe through to the little toe, pulling back to the tip of the triangle, right in the middle of your heel on both heels, okay? So, relax. Push through the hands, draw up your kneecaps. Once you're in perfect position, then we'll do the core lock. Just wait here until you feel completely fine. So chin tucks in, sternum lifts a little bit. Actually, when we zip up now, so imagine 2 zips. Inhale, exhale to stay here, and then draw in, push it back to the back of the body. Okay, and then stay here and breathe as deeply as you can. Good. So much harder than it looks. Okay. Oops. So we're going to have the bolster a little bit nearer the front of your mat. Okay, and then you squeeze your bolster. You're just pulling. That's lovely. Good. So it's facing the long length, that's it. And then just squeeze. If it's squeezing in a weird direction, toes in, then heels in, and just squeeze, have that connection as much as you can. Inhale the arms up, soft knees, exhale, forward fold. Hands to the floor. So bend your knees enough they get your hands flat. Look between the legs, keep squeezing. Good. I want you to step each foot back into a downward dog. Find the width or the length away from the heel of the hands to your toes that feels right for you. You might be able to get the forehead on the bolster, but it's not compulsory. And breathe. Good. Shift to plank. Lovely straight line with the hips through down to the heels. But obviously the line is on an angle, and then bring the pelvis down, keep the knees off the floor, look forwards, draw the shoulders back. You can see my shoulders are here, draw them back. Soft elbows, and the elbow eyes, which is the inner side of the elbows, face forwards. Then knees down. Travel back into your child pose, but turn your head to one side and just rest. Just the head is resting, not the body, just the head. Then turn the head gently the other way. Good. Up onto all fours. Wiggle out the hips. And back into plank. And I want you to do side plank, but we're doing side plank, which is actually quite relaxing on the bolster. So you turn to one side, place your hip down, find the right place for your arms so that you don't fall off, and raise one arm up. Yeah, lovely. Good. Turn it down and simply change sides. So you might want to come back in. Let's come back into plank first so we can get the alignment, and then turn the other way. Good. Turn back, but stay on the pelvis and down. Keep the move so that the knees can come down. Good. And then just make a pillow. You might need to actually make fists, one hand on top of the other to rest your cheek. Let's turn the toes out, heels in, crocodile. And we'll go for bent knees. I want you to bend the knees a little bit more, probably the same bent knees as what I'm doing. If you want to have a quick look, have a little peek, see how bent I haven't done this pose before. So just be here and breathe, and then chin on your hands. One hand on top of the other, and then chin down. Breathe into your bolster, deep breaths, put pressure into your bolster. Good. Lengthen the legs away. Push into the hands and gently lift the body up. Okay. We're just going to come back into our forward fold. We just come to standing. I want to place the bolster under my hands because I have that tightness in my body. If you can get the hands to the floor in front of the toes, that's well done. But wherever you need to put your hands for a straight spine, so straight legs, and a lengthened spine, you can use your block otherwise, or just palms, like I said, to the floor. But the important thing to have the legs as straight with a micro bend as possible. Nice, good. Soft knees, gently roll up safely. Perfect. We've really opened the chest, but I want you to come back into that fish, resting fish. Grab some water for our 5 minutes. Again, I'm going to try and stay silent. Lucky people. So get nice and comfy. Have your legs as wide as you want, that's comfortable. Have your arms wherever you want. Lock under the head to tuck the chin in. And your 5 minutes. I think you're all nice and cozy now. So your 5 minutes starts. Just feel, oh, I am speaking, but not for long. Just feel how much different you now feel. Lovely, everyone. Let's stretch. Oh, I nearly forgot to open my eyes then. Just stretch, lift the hips, squeeze the buttocks. Big stretch out. Perfect, good. And release. Move everything out of the way. And sit back down. Or lie back down, should I say. Just feel your connection with the floor. Knees are up to ceiling, feet flat. Good. Here's my strap. Needle strap. And then you're placing the strap around the right foot. And just gently pulling it in. Have the strap close to the big toes and the little toes. That's where the imaginary line is for your triangles. Good, release the right leg. Strap around the left, get it around the toes, near the big toes, down to the little toes in that line if you can. It's a bit tricky. And then pull and breathe. Hamstring stretch. Really stretching out the heel. Gently though, obviously, Achilles heel. And breathe. Perfect, good. Lovely. So we do some wall Pilates now without the wall. We are so clever. So knees above hips, feet where my feet are, you can see where they are, and then arms up, straight up above you, palms facing each other. Okay, feet are about hip width apart. Let's zip up and hollow, I think it can be called. So zip up and then pull the navel to your spine, directly behind. And we move the arms to the left, knees to the right. So you really need to pull up and in with the belly. You're not trying to get to the floor. It's 45 degrees each side. Keep your knees parallel and your ankles parallel as you do this, and knees will always be in line with your hips. And naturally your head wants to turn. How does it want to turn? It wants to turn away from the knees. So if the knees are to the right, the head goes to the left, and this is just a natural. And actually let's try with the feet together. Slightly, you can stay in a better pose, feet together, knees together. Head turning away from the knees. Looking great, everyone. Well done. Nice, good. And then come back down and be steady. Wiggle out the hips, soles of feet together. Knees wide into our supine cobbler. And then hands gently, heavily placed halfway down the thighs to help with that opening of your hips. Chin tucked in, gaze to ceiling or close the eyes. That's perfect. Knees together. Draw the knees up like we did earlier, but heels, let's just let them bounce into the buttocks. Good. Draw knees down to the left. Tuck them up all the way to your left elbow. And just simply lie on your side. Good. One palm on top of the other. Feet on the floor, one foot stacked on top of the other, Helen. So place your left foot on the floor, stack your right foot on top. And then we gently swing open your right arm. Look to the right. If your arm is dangling in the air, I'm not sure, there's my block. You can place the block underneath your right elbow, etc. I need to do that. So I'm just going to place the block behind me and open. Some of you won't need that, but I just need a little support. And then look over your right shoulder. Lovely, Lucy, she's doing it already. Okay, so from the knees, stay to the left, but from your knees being close to your elbow, draw the knees down so the knees are in line with your hips. It's a different stretch, it'll feel different. The knees in line with hips. Your right hip or your right knee is going to move quite a substantial way away from the left knee. So just allow that to happen, be fine with that. Look over the right shoulder. Beautiful, everyone. Simply close. We want to turn the other way, but I'm just quickly moving the other way so I can still see you. Remember, it's the nudging of the knees right close to the elbows for the first twist. So just draw them really far up. One hand on top of the other, palm on top of palm. We're not quite ready to open yet. Just get into position, one foot on top of the other, and then open. So other arm up and over. If you need that block under the shoulder or the elbow, do that, and look over your left shoulder towards the left wrist. I don't have to tell you that your hands are in line with your shoulders. You're all doing it already. Well done. So spinal twist from the floor. Now just allow the knees to drop until the knees, the bolster's in the way, until the knees are in line with your hips. Okay, lovely. Lovely, fold inwards. I'm just going to rest on the belly and sphinx. So just on your mat, all fours, then drop down, elbows under shoulders. Okay, and then push and lift. Lift the chest, look forwards. Lovely, Maddie, look beautiful. And breathe. Nice, everyone. And then tuck the chin in, have neck in line with spine. And release. Just drop down, look to one side, make a pillow with the hands. This time toes are turning in, heels are falling out. Lovely. Good. A brief little rest in child pose, classic child pose with the knees together and let the head drop, or block under head. If you're like me, can't get the block the head to the floor. Perfect, good. So we're going to round off today's session with a shoulder stand sequence. I particularly like having a prop behind me, so that could be a sofa, a bed, anything really. You don't have to, you can just do legs in the air and legs behind without a prop, but when I go into plow I want to put my feet on my prop, so I'll leave that up to you to decide if you want a prop or not. And then we let's make sure everything's fine. We get ready. Okay, and you have to like experiment how far away you need to be from your prop, or just come up into shoulder stand. So I need to just find out where my feet reach to get into a lovely plow. Oh, I think I'm almost there. Okay. Lovely. Starting in plow, whether you're using a prop or not. Hold the back, make sure you're holding your back. And then raise the right leg in the air. And then lower the right leg. And gently raise the left leg in the air. And bring it back down. Good. And this time when you, I'm just nudging inwards and bringing my hands further down my back to lift my back up. I want you to, when you raise your right leg in the air, try and go past straight up in the air. So you're more in scissors pose. Good. And then back onto plow. And then the other leg, left leg, into scissors pose. Wide, wide, wide with the legs. Nice. And back into plow. Now engage, zip up and pull in to lift both legs, or one leg at a time, into your shoulder stand. If you want a straighter shoulder stand, you can walk the hands down the back. If this isn't happening very easily, just don't move, just stay on your shoulder stand. %, of you in shoulder stand. Well done. This is excellent. Just hold. Nice. And then we just bend the knees, draw the knees towards your forehead, lengthen the legs away, palms to the floor, or hold your back if you're feeling a bit precarious, and roll down. Once you've landed, hug your knees. Forehead up to the knees. Beautiful job. And we're going to have Shavasana now. So cover up, and again, if you don't mind, if you do mind, you don't have to do it, but we'll come back into the resting fish pose for one final time, if you want to. Again, a nice quiet one as you relax. Do remember block under the head for a more aligned neck. Arms wherever you like, feet wherever you like. Just be as comfortable and relaxed and heavy as possible. And we'll rest now for 5 lovely minutes of rest and restore. Shavasana. lovely. So gently coming out of Shavasana, stretching out beautifully. Oh, just namaste to those on catch up. Thank you. And then the rest of us can come very slowly to the monitor.